Welcome to my views and news. Three news stories for you. First story is about an attack on an Ethiopian military base. Several Ethiopian soldiers have been killed in this attack. Secondly, this week we saw a video shared in social media. The video showed extrajudicial killing of two men at the hands of Ethiopian security forces. Then speculations started about the identity of killers and victims. All news sources claim that the attackers, the killers, were Sidama regional force members. But Sidama government this morning issued a statement. Thirdly, viewers, Tigray Orthodox Church is going to elect a Patriarch. Tigray Orthodox Church will form synod, separate synod. Who said that? We have details for you. Now, it is official position of Tigray Orthodox archbishops, it seems. Firstly, viewers, attack on a military base, Ethiopian military base is being reported. It happened in Gado zone, which is in Jubaland, in the outskirts of Dolo town. Dolo is in Gado. It's on Ethiopia-Somalia border, southern Somalia, Ethiopia border. Ethiopian forces are stationed on Somali territories. They're part of the operation against Al-Shabaab too. Apart from being part of the operation, Ethiopian troops have been based in Somalia in border areas because Ethiopia believes that through stationing of its troops on Somalia side of the border, it can prevent the infiltration of Al-Shabaab fighters into Ethiopian territories. Al-Shabaab fighters did enter Ethiopian territories last year. We saw fighting for several days in the Somali region of Ethiopia, but Al-Shabaab attack was repelled. And Al-Shabaab has been hitting Ethiopian bases on Somali territory, on Somalia-Ethiopia border. So another attack on an Ethiopian military base in Dolo. How many were killed? It's not clear. Government has not shared details. Al-Shabaab has claimed responsibility for this attack. Second round of operation against Al-Shabaab is underway in Somalia, and the second round involves Somalia's forces and regional forces to Kenya, Ethiopia, Djibouti. Al-Shabaab claims that in this attack it killed several Ethiopian soldiers. Some say 18 were killed in the attack. The attack was in the form of vehicle blast. Two vehicles, explosives-laden vehicles rammed into Ethiopian military base. One exploded, other was intercepted before it could reach its destination. The explosions happened at the entrance of this Ethiopian military base. Around 18 casualties are being confirmed. Stationing of Ethiopian troops on Somalia's territory is a sensitive issue, by the way. Some groups in Somalia, they oppose Ethiopian military presence on their soil. Al-Shabaab fighters are against as well. They oppose Ethiopian military presence in Somalia's territories. But we know that in Somalia, several African countries' troops are deployed. Americans are involved too. They carry out drone attacks here. Neighboring countries' troops involved too. Why? Because Al-Shabaab is in control of large parts of Somalia. These countries want to defend themselves as well. They don't want Al-Shabaab to enter their territories. Secondly, viewers, this week we saw a video on social media showing some Ethiopian soldiers extrajudicially killing two youth in a forest, it seemed. The video could not be geolocated, but speculations started about the identity of killers and victims. Oromia Media Network (OMN) has shared details of the victims. OMN claimed the victims are Oromos, two Oromo youth, and that they were killed in Matakal zone of Benishangal Gumuz region. This incident happened in Matakal, Oromia Media Network claims OMN. OMN has shared details, pictures, names of the two victims. The killers wore uniforms with insignia of Sidama Special Forces. That is why we said that the killers were members of Sidama Special Force. But Sidama government this morning rejected this claim. Sidama government claims that its forces were not involved in the incident. So the insignia, though it might be of Sidama Special Force, Sidama Regional Police, but the members shown, security force members shown in the video are not members of any Sidama force. Then who are the attackers? Are they ENDF members? Are they members of some other regional force? It's not clear. But Sidama has denied the involvement of its forces, its security officials in the incident. Thirdly was Tigray. Tigray is going to appoint its patriarch. It's going to elect its patriarch and it's going to form a separate synod. US State Department has released 2022 Religious Freedom Report on religious freedom. And the report, the section of the report about Ethiopia shares details of religious freedom in Ethiopia and about the persecution of some groups and the tension between the main church and Tigray Orthodox Church. It has been quoted by US State Department in this report that Tigray Orthodox Church is split. That link between Tigray Orthodox Church and Ethiopian main church is broken. The report quotes Marha Christos, who is Tigray Orthodox Church Archbishop. Marha Christos says clearly, link with Ethiopian Orthodox Church is broken. Quote unquote, we cannot live with them, they massacred us. We are autocephalous. What is autocephalous? Autocephalous is an Orthodox entity which elects its own patriarch. It means it has its synod. So Marha Christos says that the Orthodox Church is autocephalous. And lastly, he showed intent to form a synod. Obviously, once you have synod, then a patriarch can be elected too. So the Tigray Orthodox Church Archbishop in the report released by US State Department has made it clear that Tigray Orthodox Church is now separate. It has no link with the main church. Now, Marha Christos says, we cannot live with them, those who massacred us. It means there should be no reconciliation between Tigray fighters and Ethiopian army. Because Ethiopian army also killed Tigray fighters, but you saw reconciliation happen. It means there cannot be any joint Tigray TPLF government, but government will be formed. Maybe some Tigray leaders could be just in Addis Ababa. Tigrayans could once again become part of ENDF, though they killed each other. So if forces, if leaders who killed each other, if they can sit at the same table, if they can negotiate, if they can reconcile, why can't the two religious groups reconcile? My understanding is that, I have been saying that, by the way, it's not new, that PM Abiy's government is now against a united Orthodox Church. Unity of church is being seen as a threat to the federal government. That is why I would again say that this split between Tigray church and main church, Oromia splinter faction and main church will continue. This is the way, according to the federal government, to keep the main church in check, to keep it a little bit under control. So though we know that main church of led by Abune Matthias, who is a Tigrayan, I think, formed a committee to talk to the Tigray Orthodox archbishops, Tigray clergy. And the main church wrote a letter to Tigray interim president Getachew to play a role in reconciliation between the two sides. But so far, no role played by Tigray interim government. So I personally believe this split will continue and will see this gap widen in coming days. But will Tigray go to the extent of electing a new patriarch, forming a new synod? That remains to be seen. Intent is there. Thank you for watching.